Danilo, you are teaching machine learning in the 4th semester. What do you exactly teach in this class?
Well, during the course, we cover a broad range of machine learning techniques and applications. I don't assume any prior knowledge on the subject, so we start, of course, with the basics, the very basics of machine learning. What is machine learning? What does it mean to make a computer program that is capable of learning from history, from experience like we humans do? How to build a machine learning model, how to validate it, evaluate it, operate it, put it into production, and so on. After that, well, we start a journey through many techniques, machine learning techniques. We start with the traditional ones, decision trees, random forest, gradient boosting, KNN, and so on. And later on, at the end of the semester, we dive deep into the most modern techniques based on, for example, neural networks and deep learning.
Why do you think machine learning is such a hot topic these days?
Well, I believe there are several factors playing a role here. I would say three main factors. One is the availability of computational power. GPUs, high-end CPUs are very affordable, and if they are not affordable, they are anyway accessible via cloud computing. So this is definitely, let us do something that was unimaginable 10 years ago. A second factor is definitely the availability of open source tools. So the spread of the open source paradigm. We have now the R programming language for statistics, the Python for general purpose programming. We have a very good tool and framework for deep learning like PyTorch and TensorFlow, and this lowered the entry barrier for every machine learning practitioners. And third, the availability of big data. So storage is cheap and there are a lot of devices collecting data, and so we have a large availability of data, meaning that data is the fuel of machine learning, so definitely this played also a role.
Can you please explain to us what big data means?
Sure. So big data is a set of data that is large in volume and grow exponentially, and it can be used for revealing, for studying patterns and trends, especially related to human behaviors.
What teaching strategy do you have for teaching such a technical topic?
Indeed, machine learning is a very technical topic, so I try to keep the right balance between the theoretical framework and the practical part. So all my lectures are usually structured 50-50. I first have 1.5 hours discussing the theoretical foundation of what I'm going of a specific technique. And in this part, I usually focus on the algorithmic perspective, so so with just the right level of mathematics to understand the subject. And later, right after this 1.5 hours, we proceed with another 1.5 hours where we try to put in practice everything that we have learned. So we open up our PCs with R or Python, and we exercise on a real-world problem that I either take from my work or from my professional life or from open examples.
What do you do apart from being a lecturer at the IMC Krems?
Yes, I'm a researcher. I work in the R&D department of Siemens as a machine learning expert. So there we support the business, the company with machine learning knowledge, either for internal processes or for to be integrated in our products.
Where do we get in touch with machine learning in our day-to-day life?
Well, it's omnipresent in our life, whether we know it or not. But basically, from the moment we wake up and we unlock our mobile phone with facial recognition, until we scroll our feed in the social networks, we jump on a public transport that travels on routes that have been optimized with machine learning. We listen to our Spotify based on the suggestions are based on machine learning, and so on. We could do thousands of examples, either close to us, but also in the industrial world. Everything that we now buy is produced with systems that make use of machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Danilo, what is the key takeaway from your lecture?
Well, don't be afraid of machine learning and artificial intelligence. They are complex topics that can be mastered with the proper guidance. And above all, be curious and don't be afraid to try out new things.